Tonight we are going back in time to a quiet medieval home on a long winter night. There is no rush here, only warmth, silence, and a slow story. Meant to help you rest. It is night. A long time ago. Far away from the world. Today. There are no streetlights, no cars, no electricity humming in the distance. Only darkness. And winter. A slow, quiet winter night settles over a small medieval village. Snow falls gently from the sky. Not fast, not loud, just enough to soften the world. Each snowflake drifts down in silence, landing on rooftops, on frozen paths, and on bare tree branches that stand still in the cold air. The village rests at the edge of a forest. Tall trees surround it, dark and patient, their branches heavy with snow. A narrow dirt road winds through the village, now almost invisible beneath a thin white layer. The cold is deep. It seeps into the ground, into the air, into everything that is left uncovered. The wind moves slowly tonight. It slips between the houses, brushing against wooden doors and stone walls. But the village does not stir. Inside the houses, families are already settling in for the night. These homes are simple. They are not large. They are not beautiful in the way modern houses are, but they are strong. And tonight, strength matters more than beauty. Each house stands close to the next, as if they are keeping one another company. Their walls are thick. Some are made of stone, others of wood and packed earth. The roofs are low and heavy, covered with straw or wooden shingles, now buried beneath snow. From a distance, the houses seem to crouch under the winter sky, quiet and steady. Here and there, a faint orange glow leaks through a small window. Not bright, just enough to tell you that someone is awake inside. That glow comes from fire, a single fire, the heart of the home. Inside one of these houses, a family gathers close. The room is dim. Firelight flickers against the walls, painting slow shadows that rise and fall with the flames. The air smells of wood smoke and warm bread. The fire crackles softly, never loud enough to disturb the calm. Above it, a simple pot hangs, holding the last warm meal of the day. The stone around the fire has absorbed heat all evening. Now, slowly, patiently, it releases that warmth back into the room. Outside, the temperature continues to fall, but inside, the air remains still. The walls do their work. They hold the warmth close. They keep the wind out. The door is thick and heavy, made of solid wood. It fits tightly into its frame. Any small gaps are sealed with cloth or straw. There is no draft here, only quiet. A child lies on a bed of straw near the fire. The bed is low to the ground, covered with wool blankets and animal skins. The child breathes slowly, deeply. Each breath rises and falls in a steady rhythm. Nearby, the parents prepare to sleep. They do not undress the way people do. Today. They keep their clothes on, layers of wool. Simple garments, worn and familiar. Warm. A wool cap covers the mother's head. The father pulls a blanket higher around his shoulders. They are used to the cold, but they do not fight it. They live with it. They understand it. Above them, the ceiling is low. Very low. this is no accident. Warm air gathers there. Trapped close to the people below. Nothing is wasted. Every part of the house serves a purpose. Even the silence. Outside, snow continues to fall. It settles on the roof, adding another layer. Not just weight, but insulation. The snow helps hold warmth inside. Nature, without knowing it, lends a hand. The fire begins to die down. Not completely. Just enough to glow. Red embers pulse softly, like a sleeping heart. The family knows this rhythm well. They've lived many winters like this. Each night, the same quiet routine. Each morning, the same gentle return of light. There is no clock. No alarm. Only the slow passing of time. In another house nearby, an elderly couple sleeps side by side. They share a single bed, covered in thick blankets. The room is small, but small is good. Small is warm. Their house has one tiny window. It is covered with stretched animal hide. Treated with oil. It lets in just a little light during the day. At night, it lets nothing in. Not the wind, not the cold. Only darkness. And peace. The walls are made of stone. Very thick stone. They were cold during the day. But now, after hours beside the fire, they are warm to the touch. The stone releases heat slowly. Like a memory. The house breathes gently with the night. Farther down the village, another home stands closer to the animals. A cow shifts softly in a nearby shelter. A sheep rustles in its sleep. Their warmth rises, unnoticed, adding to the gentle heat around the home. No. One thinks about this. It is simply how life works. Everything shares. Warmth. Everything survives together. Wind brushes against the village again. It carries the sound of trees creaking under. Snow. A distant owl calls once, then silence. Returns. The houses remain still. They do not glow brightly. They do not stand tall. They endure. In this world, survival is quiet. It does not shout, but it does not rush. It settles in for the night and waits for morning. Inside the homes, dreams begin to form. Dreams, shaped by FIRELIGHT. By familiar walls. By the comforting knowledge that the cold has been kept outside. At least for now, these houses are not perfect. They are dark. They are smoky. They are simple. But they are enough. Enough to protect. Enough to shelter. Enough to carry a family through another winter. Night. As the snow deepens, the village sinks further into rest. Breathing slows. Thoughts fade. Only warmth remains. Held gently within thick walls, under low roofs. Around quiet fires. This is how medieval homes face the cold. Not with machines. Not with noise, but with patience. With careful design. And with an understanding of the night. And as the fire glows softly, and the snow falls without sound, the village sleeps. Safe. For now. As the night grows colder, the houses remain still. They do not move. They do not speak. But they are working. Quietly. In the medieval world, a home is not just a place to live. It is a shield. It is a careful answer to the cold. Long before heaters, long before glass windows, people learned one simple truth. To survive winter, you must keep warmth close. and let nothing escape. Every medieval house is built with this idea in mind. Not comfort first. Not beauty. Survival. The houses are small. Very small by modern standards. But small is not a mistake. Small. Rooms are easier to warm. Small spaces hold heat longer. A large room would let warmth drift away, rising up and disappearing into empty air. But here, the air stays close. The warmth stays near the body. The walls are thick, sometimes very thick. Stone. Walls can be more than a foot wide. Wooden walls are packed with earth, clay, or straw. These materials are slow to change temperature. They warm slowly, and they cool slowly. Once warm, they remember that warmth. They hold on to it long after the fire is softened. During the day, even weak winter sunlight touches the walls. Just a little, enough to help. At night, the fire does the rest. Heat moves into the walls. And later, when the fire rests, the walls quietly return that heat to the room. This is not science to the people who live here. It is experience, passed down through generations. Father builds a house the way his father did. Mother knows where to place beds, where to hang cloth, where to block the cold. Nothing is random. The door is low. You must bend to enter. This keeps cold air from rushing. Inside. Heavy wooden planks form the door. Cracks are sealed with fabric, moss, or straw. When the door closes, it closes fully. The outside world stays outside. Inside, the air barely moves. Still air is warm air. The windows are small. Very small. Often larger than a book. Large windows would let heat escape. They would invite the wind inside. Instead, these windows allow only a soft glow of daylight. At night, they are covered. With shutters, with cloth, with animal hide. Darkness is welcome here. Darkness means warmth is staying where it belongs. Inside the home, the ceiling hangs low. There is no wasted space above. Warm air rises. So the house catches it. It holds it close. Nothing floats away. In winter, every breath matters. The floor is simple, often just packed earth. Cold at first touch, but covered. With straw, with reeds, with old fabric, with animal skins. Layer by layer, the floor becomes softer. Warmer. The earth beneath stays cold, but the people do not feel it. They have learned to build comfort, one layer at a feel. Time. The fire sits at the center of the home. Always. Not against a wall. Not hidden. It belongs. In the heart of this space. The fire warms everyone equally. It watches over meals. It watches over sleep. Its light is never harsh. Only soft and moving. The smoke rises slowly. Sometimes it escapes through a hole in the roof. Sometimes through gaps in the thatch. Sometimes it simply lingers. This is normal. The people are used to it. The smoke keeps insects away. It dries the air. It protects the wooden beams. The smell of smoke means safety, means warmth, means home. Above the fire, thick beams stretch across the ceiling, darkened by years of smoke. Strong. Reliable. They have seen many winters. They will see many more. Cloth hangs along the walls, not for decoration, for insulation. Heavy Fabric traps warm air. It softens. Sound. It makes the room quieter, even quieter than the night outside. The home becomes a small world, closed, protected. Inside this world, life slows down. People move less in winter. They sit close. They speak softly. Energy is saved. The house encourages this, that it does not ask for movement. It invites stillness. A mother mends clothing by the fire. Her hands move slowly. The thread passes through wool. Again and again. The warmth keeps her fingers steady. A child leans against the wall. The stone feels warm. Now. Not hot. Just gently alive. The child's eyes grow heavy. The house seems to breathe. Not in and out, but in a slow, steady way. Holding warmth, releasing calm. Outside, the cold deepens. The wind grows sharper. Snow presses against the walls. But the house does not react. It was built for this. It has stood through storms. Through long nights. Through winters worse than this one. Inside, the people trust the walls. They trust the roof. They trust the quiet design shaped by time. They know that the cold can touch the outside. But not the inside. Not tonight. Not here. The fire lowers itself gently. No sudden change. Just a soft glow. Red embers rest quietly. Enough warmth remains. Enough protection. The house continues its work. Holding. Sheltering. Keeping life inside. In the medieval world, a home is not a luxury. It is a companion, a silent guardian against the night. And as the people drift closer to sleep, their house stands with them. UNMOVING. UNCOMPLA. I9G. Doing exactly what it was meant to do. Keeping the cold outside. And keeping warmth and life and rest within. The fire has grown quiet now. Not gone. Just resting. Red embers glow softly at the center of the room. They no longer reach upward. They simply remain. The house does not feel colder. In fact, it feels steady. This is the work of the walls. In many medieval homes, the walls are made of stone. Thick stone. Heavy stone. Stone that has been shaped and placed by hand, one piece at a time. These walls do not change quickly. They do not. Rush. Stone learns slowly, and stone remembers. During the day, even in winter, a little warmth reaches the walls. A weak sun touches the outer surface. The fire warms the inner side. The stone accepts this. Heat. Quietly. Without effort. It pulls warmth inward and holds it deep inside. Stone is patient. It does not release warmth right away. It waits. As the night grows longer, as the fire softens, the stone begins to give back what it has been given. Not all at once, but slowly. Gently. This is why the room stays warm. Even when the flames fade, the walls are wide. Sometimes as wide as a person's arm. Sometimes wider. Hand placed against the stone feels something alive. Not hot, but not cold either. A quiet warmth, stored from hours before. The people who live here understand this feeling. They lean against the walls. They place benches close to them. They sleep nearby. They trust the stone. In homes where stone is not available, people use earth, packed clay, mud, straw mixed together. These walls work in a similar way. They are thick. They are heavy. They slow the cold. They slow the heat. Nothing moves fast through them. The outside world presses in. Cold wind, snow, ice, but the wall stands between. It does not argue, that it does not break, that it simply remains. Inside. The air stays calm. The stone keeps the room from changing too quickly. No sudden chill. No sharp drop. Only a steady, gentle temperature. This steadiness is important. The human body rests best when change is slow. The medieval builders may not know this in words, but they know it in practice. They build walls that do not surprise the body. They build walls that allow sleep. In the firelight, the stone walls glow softly, not bright, just enough to reflect warmth back into the room. The surface is uneven. Marks of tools remain. Each stone is slightly different. Each one holds warmth in its own way. Together, they form a single, quiet system. A system built for survival. As the night deepens, snow presses harder against the outside. The stone accepts the cold. It does not let it pass through easily. Cold moves slowly through. Stone. Very slowly. By the time it reaches the inside, the night is almost over, and morning will soon arrive. This delay is everything. Time is warmth. The walls give time. Time to sleep. Time to rest. Time for the fire to be rebuilt in the morning. Child sleeps with a shoulder against the wall. The stone feels firm. Reassuring. The warmth stored there wraps around the child. Without movement. No draft touches the skin. No wind finds a path inside. Only stillness. In another home. An elderly man sits quietly. He places his back against the stone. He closes his eyes. He feels the warmth travel slowly into his bones. He does not think about physics. He does not think about design. He thinks about comfort. About how this wall has carried him through many winters. Stone does not forget. It remembers. Every fire. Every cold night. Every quiet breath taken inside these walls. That memory lives within it. Released. Slowly. Night after night. The ceiling beams rest on the stone. The roof presses down gently. Everything is connected. The walls support the roof. The roof protects the fire. The fire feeds. The walls. This circle repeats. Again and again. Year after year. In wealthier homes, stone walls may be smoother, covered with lime plaster. White. Soft to the eye. But the purpose is the same. Hold warmth. Delay cold. In poorer homes. The stone may be rough. Exposed. But no less effective. Warmth does not care about beauty. It cares about thickness. About mass. About time. The fire settles further. Only a dull glow remains. Yet the room does not cool. The walls continue their quiet work, releasing stored heat into the air. Into the floor. Into the people who sleep nearby. Breathing slows. Muscles relax. The body trusts the space. Outside, the cold cannot be stopped, but inside, it can be slowed. That is enough. The medieval home does not fight winter. It does not try to defeat it. It simply outlasts it. The walls stand between the people and the night. Unmoving. Unchanging. They absorb the world. They soften it. They give back what is needed when it is needed most. As sleep deepens, the room remains steady. No sudden silence. No sudden sound. Just the quiet presence of stone, holding warmth. Holding memory. Holding life. And in this stillness, The night passes gently, carried by walls that remember the fire and refuse to let the cold in too quickly. The night has settled fully now. The village is still. Snow rests on the roofs, soft and unmoving inside the houses. Nothing feels rushed. One of the first things you notice, if you step inside a medieval home, is how low the ceiling is. You do not stand tall. You bow slightly, not out of respect, but out of design. These ceilings are low for a reason. Warm air rises. It always has. The people of the medieval world may not speak of it in words, but they understand it with their bodies. If warmth rises, then the ceiling must stay close. The roof hangs low, catching the heat before it can drift away. Nothing is wasted. The fire burns gently below. Its warmth rises slowly, but it does not travel far. It meets the ceiling. It rests there. And then it spreads, filling the small space evenly. A high ceiling would allow warmth to disappear into empty air. A high, low ceiling keeps it where people live, where people sleep, where people breathe. The beams above are thick, heavy wood. Darkened by years of smoke. They sit low enough to feel present, not threatening, just close, just enough to make the room feel held. The roof itself is simple. Wooden planks, covered with straw, reeds, or shingles. Over time, snow piles on top, layer after layer. The snow stays. It does not slide away. It becomes part of the roof. Quiet helper. Snow traps air within it. That trapped air slows the cold. The roof grows warmer beneath it. What seems like a burden becomes protection. Inside. The ceiling does not press down. It shelters. It creates a space that feels safe. Contained. There is no echo here. Sound has nowhere to travel. Voices are soft. Footsteps are quiet. Even the fire sounds calmer. A crackle, a slow pop. Then silence again. The roof lowers. The world. It brings everything closer. The walls, the floor. The people. The warmth. Nothing feels far away. In winter. This closeness matters. Large spaces invite cold. Small spaces invite rest. The medieval home chooses rest. In some houses, there is no ceiling at all. Only the open roof above. But even then, the roof slopes low. The highest point sits just above the fire. Smoke drifts upward. Slowly. It curls and lingers. The warmth follows it. The sloping roof guides both back down. Not all warmth escapes. Most of it stays. In other homes, a wooden ceiling separates the room from the roof space above. This traps warmth even more. The air above stays cooler. The air below stays warm. The people sleep in the warm part. They have learned where to rest. Beds are placed low, often close to the fire. Never beneath a draft. The ceiling keeps the heat from rising too far. It gathers above the sleepers like a soft blanket made of air. A mother tucks her child in. She does not think about ceilings. She feels the warmth. She knows this house holds it well. The roof has done its job before. It will do it again. Tonight. The beams overhead creak softly. Not in complaint. Just in age. They adjust slightly as the cold outside deepens. The roof settles. The house exhales. Everything becomes still again. Snow presses down from above. The roof accepts the weight. It was built for this. The slope allows snow to rest. Not fall, not shift. Just stay. The house grows. Quieter under it. The outside world feels farther away. A low ceiling also keeps out fear. There is no vast darkness above. No. Empty space to imagine. The room feels complete. Enclosed. Nothing lurks. Nothing echoes. Only warmth. Only shelter. In wealthier homes, ceilings may be finished with boards, sometimes painted lightly, but they remain low. Purpose always comes first. Even where beauty exists, it follows function. In poorer homes, the ceiling may be rough, exposed beams, darkened wood, but the effect is the same. Warmth stays. Cold waits outside. The fire fades further. The glow softens. Yet the air does not cool. The roof and ceiling hold what the fire gave. They slow its escape. Minute by minute, breath by breath. The people sleep more deeply now. The body senses stability. No sudden chill. No moving air. No shifting temperature. The ceiling stays close. The roof stays steady. The house feels like a single shape. One solid form. No gaps. No weakness. In the deepest part of the night, the cold reaches its strongest. Outside, the sky is clear. Stars shine sharply. Inside, the roof blocks the sky entirely. No stars. No moon. Only darkness. Only rest. The low ceiling makes the night feel shorter, more contained. Morning will arrive soon enough. Until then, the house holds its shape. It keeps warmth from wandering. It keeps sleep from breaking. In the medieval world, a low roof is not a limitation. It is an embrace, a quiet decision to keep life close. To keep warmth where it belongs. As the night continues, the roof does not move. The ceiling does not lift. They remain where they were, placed. Steady. Reliable. Doing their work without sound. And beneath them, families sleep. Protected by low beams, covered by snow. Held by a design shaped by centuries of cold nights. This is how medieval homes used height wisely. By not reaching too high. By staying close. By understanding that warmth does not need space. It needs care. And so the night passes. Slowly. Quietly. Under roofs that know exactly how low to be. Night still holds the village. Snow lies quietly on the ground, undisturbed. Inside the houses, darkness is welcome. In the medieval world, darkness is not something to fear. It is something to protect. One of the most noticeable features of a medieval home is the window, or rather, how small it is. Very small, often no wider than a hand, sometimes no taller than a book. From the outside, the window looks almost unnecessary. From the inside, it feels essential. Large windows let light in, but they also let warmth escape. And in winter, warmth is more valuable than light. The people of this time understand this deeply. They have learned it through long nights, through cold mornings, through winters that test patience. So they keep their windows small. The windows first. Job is not to show the world. It is to protect the home. During the day, soft light enters. Not bright. Not sharp. Just enough to see. Just enough to work slowly. That light spreads gently across the room. It touches the walls. It rests on the floor. It never rushes. At night, the window closes itself to the world. Wooden shutters swing into place. Heavy. Solid. they fit tightly. Sometimes cloth is added, sometimes animal hide, sometimes both. Layer upon layer, nothing moves through easily. No wind. No cold. No sound. Darkness fills the room, but it is a friendly darkness, a darkness that signals rest. The fire becomes the only light. Its glow replaces the sun. It flickers softly, never harsh. The small window ensures that the fire's warmth stays inside. No glass exists, yet not in common homes. Instead, people use what they have: oiled cloth, stretched hide, thin pieces of horn. These materials let in light, but not air. They soften the world outside. They blur it. They make the home feel separate. Safe. In winter, this separation matters. The cold wants to enter. The wind looks for gaps. The window offers none. Its size alone limits the cold. There is simply not enough space for it to rush through. The stone around the window adds another layer. Thick. Cold. Resistant. Protective. The window becomes a deep opening, not a thin cut. Cold must travel far to get inside. By the time it reaches the room, it has lost its strength. The air inside remains still. Still air holds warmth. Moving air steals it. The small window keeps air calm. Inside, sound barely enters. No whistles of wind. No sudden noise. Just quiet. Quiet encourages sleep. A child lies near the wall. The window is above. Too high to reach. No draft touches the bed. The child breathes evenly. The firelight dances gently on the ceiling. The darkness around it stays deep. Nothing distracts. Nothing pulls the mind outward. In medieval life, light is precious, but only when it is needed. At night, too much light would wake the senses. It would ask the body to stay alert. The small window keeps night intact. It allows the body to rest. The eyes close easily. There is nothing to watch, nothing to follow. Just warmth and shadow. In the early morning, before sunrise, the window remains dark. The house stays asleep. Only when the sky begins to soften does light return. Slowly. Gently. The first pale light touches the window covering. It filters through. Not bright enough to wake, just enough to signal that the night is ending. The people wake naturally. No sudden glare. No sharp change. The window teaches patience. It never gives too much. In wealthier homes, windows may be slightly larger, but never large. Even there, warmth comes first. Glass is rare. Expensive. Fragile. When it exists, it is thick and uneven. It distorts the world. Light bends through it softly. The effect is calming. Even glass does not invite the cold. The frame remains deep. The shutters remain heavy. At night, everything closes. The house seals itself. The cold stays outside. The small window also shapes the way people live. They gather near the fire. They stay close. There is no reason to wander to the edges. The room becomes a circle of warmth. The window watches quietly from the wall. A silent guardian. Never demanding attention, only doing its work. Outside, snow reflects faint moonlight, but inside, the window blocks it. The room remains dim. Shadows soften. The mind slows. There is nothing to calculate, nothing to interpret. Just the steady presence of the home. The window does not frame a view. It frames safety. It frames warmth. Dot it frames the idea that the outside world can wait. Tonight, there is no need to see far, only to rest. Dot in some homes, a candle is placed near the window during the evening, not to shine outward, but to ensure no draft exists. The flame remains still. This tells the family that the window is sealed well. They trust it. They sleep. The small window also protects from moisture. Winter air carries dampness. Large openings invite it inside. Small ones resist it. The walls remain dry. The blankets remain warm. The air feels steady. Comfortable. The home becomes a cocoon. Close. Quiet. Intentional. As the night deepens further, the window disappears into shadow. It is no longer a feature, just part of the wall. Nothing leaks through. The boundary holds. The house feels complete. In the medieval world, windows are not for looking. They are for balance. A careful exchange between light and warmth. Between day and night. Between the outside and the inside. And when winter comes, that balance leans toward warmth, toward rest, toward protection. As sleep deepens, the body no longer notices the window. The mind drifts inward. Breath slows. Thoughts soften. The room remains unchanged. The window remains closed. The fire glows quietly. And the night continues without interruption. This how small windows protect great warmth. Not by offering more, but by offering just enough. And no more. The fire is still. Awake. Not bright. Not strong. Just awake enough to breathe softly. In a medieval home, the hearth is the center. Not the walls. Not the roof. The fire. Everything gathers around it. Warmth begins here. Light begins here. Life begins here. The hearth is simple. A circle of stone. A shallow pit. Built directly into the floor. There is no decoration. No extra shape. Only what is needed. The fire burns low and steady. It does not roar. It does not leap. It settles. The warmth spreads outward. Slowly. Evenly. It touches the feet first, then the legs, then the hands. The body relaxes as it warms. Muscles soften. Breathing slows. The hearth does not rush the body. It invites it to rest. Above the fire, a pot hangs quietly. It no longer boils. It rests. The warmth beneath it remains. Steam rises. Gently. Then fades. The smell of cooked food lingers. Comforting. Familiar. The hearth holds more than heat. It holds routine. Every day ends here. Every night begins here. People gather close. Not because they must, but because they want to. The fire draws them. Inner child sits nearby. Watching the embers. Not thinking, just watching. The glow moves. Slowly. Red. Orange. Soft. The mind follows the movement. Then lets go. The hearth teaches stillness. The stones around the fire are warm. They have absorbed heat for hours. They will release it for hours more. Even when the flames are low, the stones continue their work. Quietly. Faithfully. The fire does not sleep. Suddenly. It fades. Gradually. Just like the people. In winter, the hearth never fully goes out. Embers are saved. Covered with ash. Protected. In the morning, they will wake again. This knowledge brings peace. There is no fear of cold morning. The warmth is never truly gone. The hearth connects one night to the next. The fire's light touches the walls. It moves slowly. No sharp shadows, only soft shapes. The room feels smaller. Safer, that held together by light. The ceiling above catches the warmth. It keeps it close. The roof holds it in. The walls return it gently. Everything works together. The hearth is not alone, but it leads. The sound of the fire is gentle. A faint crackle. An occasional sigh. It does not demand attention. It fills the silence. Then steps back. The house grows quieter. Outside, the cold presses harder. The fire does not answer. It remains calm. It does not compete. It simply continues. The warmth stays inside. The hearth shapes the way people live. Meals are prepared here. Stories are told here. Silence is shared here. At night, the hearth becomes a quiet guardian. It watches as people sleep. It keeps the air dry. It keeps the cold away. It keeps fear out. A mother adds, one small piece of wood. Not much, just enough. The fire responds, slowly. A soft glow. No sudden flame. She steps away. The hearth continues on its own. No supervision needed. Trust has been built over years. The hearth knows its role. The room fills with warmth again, not more than before, just enough. The balance is perfect. The people settle into sleep. Beds are placed nearby. Blankets are heavy. Breathing becomes slow. Even. The hearth does not change. It holds steady. In wealthier homes, the hearth may be larger. Better shaped, sometimes raised slightly, but its purpose remains the same. Warmth. Light. Center. In poorer homes, the hearth may be little more than stones on earth, yet it works just as well. Fire does not care about wealth. It cares about fuel, about air. About patience. The hearth does not shout its importance. It does not need to. Everyone knows where to sit. Everyone knows where to rest. The hearth is where winter ends. At least for a while. The fire's glow softens further. The embers sink. The stones remain warm. The floor around the hearth holds heat. Even bare feet feel comfort. The body relaxes fully now. The mind follows. There is no sharp light. No movement. Only warmth and dimness. The hearth does not keep people awake. It keeps them safe. Outside, the wind passes. It does not enter. The hearth does not notice. Inside, sleep deepens. Dreams drift slowly. The fire continues to breathe. Softly. Evenly. Without interruption. In the medieval world, the hearth is more than a tool. It is a promise. A promise that warmth will return, that cold will wait, that night will pass. And as the embers glow faintly, and the house rests around them, the hearth remains. The heart of the home. Steady. Warm. And always awake enough to keep life close. The fire continues to rest. Its glow is low now, barely moving. Inside the house, the air feels steady. Not fresh. Not stale. Just familiar. In a medieval home, air is not something that changes quickly. It settles. It stays. It becomes part of the space. There is smoke in the room. Not thick. Not heavy. Just enough to be present. The people who live here do not notice it anymore. To them, this smell means warmth. It means safety. It means that the fire is alive. The smoke rises slowly. It does not rush upward. The ceiling is low. The beams guide it gently. Some smoke escapes through small openings in the roof. Some stays dot and spreads thinly through the room, softening the air. The smell of wood lingers, dry wood. Old wood dot wood that has burned here many times before. Each fire adds another layer to the air. A memory dot, a quiet record of nights past. The smoke does more than carry scent. It dries the space. Winter air outside is damp. Cold carries moisture. Inside, the smoke keeps the air dry. Dry air feels warmer. It settles gently on the skin. Clothes dry faster. Blankets stay warm. The air does not bite. The people understand this. They feel it in their breathing. They breathe slowly. Comfortably. The smoke also keeps insects away. Even in winter, small creatures seek warmth. The smoke tells them this place is already claimed. The house remains peaceful. Nothing buzzes. Nothing crawls. Only quiet. The ceiling beams are dark. Blackened. Not damaged. Protected. Smoke coats the wood. It seals it. Preserves it. The beams grow stronger with time. Less likely to rot. Less likely to weaken. The house lasts longer. The air carries this history. Years of smoke. Years of warmth. Years of nights like this. The smell is not sharp. It does not sting the eyes. It does not press on the chest. The fire is low. The smoke is gentle. Everything remains balanced. The people have learned how much wood to add. How much to hold back. They do not overload the fire. They do not chase brightness. They prefer steadiness. The smoke hangs lightly. It drifts, then settles. The room feels full. Not crowded. Complete. A child sleeps, breathing slow. The air does not disturb. It wraps around gently. The smell of wood is calming. The child has known this scent since birth. It signals home. It signals rest. An older man exhales slowly. His breath blends with the air. Nothing feels separate. The room feels shared. The air does not change. Suddenly. No cold rush enters. No sharp draft moves through. The small openings in the roof are positioned carefully. They allow smoke to escape without pulling warmth away. The balance is delicate, but it works. The house breathes. In. Out. Very slowly. Outside, the wind shifts. Inside, the air barely notices. The walls block movement. The door remains sealed. The window stays closed. Only the roof allows a gentle exchange. Enough to keep the fire alive. Not enough to steal warmth. The smell of smoke softens with time. It becomes part of the background. Like a memory fading. Present. But no longer demanding attention. This helps the mind rest. Strong smells wake the senses. Soft smells relax them. The medieval home understands this without explanation. The air supports sleep. The smoke also changes sound. It absorbs it. The room feels quieter. Voices sound softer. Footsteps are muted. Even the fire sounds distant. Everything slows. The house becomes a place of stillness. In wealthier homes, chimneys may exist. They guide smoke upward more directly. But even there, some smoke remains. The air never feels empty. It never feels cold. In poorer homes, the smoke stays longer, but the people adapt. They move less. They rest more. Their bodies adjust. The air becomes normal. The smoke also carries warmth upward. As it rises, It spreads heat along the ceiling. This heat is caught held returned slowly to the room. Nothing escapes quickly. The fire's work continues long after it fades. The air holds on to it. Breathing remains easy deep regular the body senses no danger no sudden change. Only consistency. Consistency allows sleep to deepen the house knows this It keeps the air the same from 1 hour to the next outside. The night moves forward. Inside, time feels paused the smell of wood remains soft dry comforting the smoke thins further, almost invisible, yet still present, like a quiet companion. The air does not need to be perfect, it only needs to be steady, and it is. The medieval home does not chase freshness. It values balance, warmth, familiarity. The air becomes part of the shelter, not just something. Inside it, as the deepest part of the night arrives. The fire rests. The smoke settles, the room becomes even quieter. Breathing slows. Thoughts drift. The air holds everything gently. Sound, scent, warmth, rest, and in this steady atmosphere, sleep comes easily, without effort, without interruption. The house continues to breathe, slowly, quietly, keeping the night soft, and keeping the people safe within. The fire is quiet now. The air is still. The house feels settled. Beneath everything, beneath the walls and the hearth, there's the floor, It does not shine, that it does not draw attention, but it carries the weight of the home, in a medieval house. The floor is simple, often just earth, packed down, smoothed by many feet, at first touch. It feels cool, but it is not cold, not sharp, not biting. The earth holds its temperature while it changes slowly, just like the walls. During the day, the warmth from the fire and from the people moves downward. The floor accepts it, at night. That warmth remains, close to the body, close to rest. The floor is never bare, not in winter. Layers cover it, straw, dry, reeds, old cloth, animal skins, layer upon layer. Each one traps air, each one softens the cold. The straw is dry, carefully chosen. Dry straw does not rot, It does not smell, insulats. It creates a soft surface that warms quickly underfoot. Feet sink in slightly. The body relaxes. The floor becomes forgiving. Walking slows, movement becomes gentle, the sound of footsteps disappears. The house grows quieter. Straw also holds warmth, it catches heat from the fire, from the people, from the walls. Then it keeps that warmth close to the ground, cold air stays below. Warm air stays above. The balance remains. People often walk barefoot inside. Shoes are heavy, cold, left by the door, bare feet touch straw and skin. Warmth rises, slowly, comfort spreads upward. Legs loosen. The body prepares for rest, in some homes. The floor is made of wood, thick planks, worn smooth. They sit above the earth, creating a space beneath, This space traps air, still air. Warm air, It protects the feet from the cold ground below. Even here, straw is often added, between boards. Along edges, nothing is left exposed. The medieval home does not waste warmth, at night. Beds are placed low. Close to the floor, this may seem strange. but it makes sense. Warmth gathers near the ground dot, especially near the hearth. The floor holds heat long after the fire fades. Sleeping low keeps the body. Within this warmth dot, the floor becomes part of the bed, part of the comfort. Children curl up easily. They feel safe. The ground beneath them is steady. Unmoving. Solid. Adults stretch out. They pull blankets tight. Their feet rest on straw. No chill creeps in. The body remains calm. The floor also absorbs sound. Straw softens every movement. If someone shifts in sleep, the sound disappears. Nothing echoes. Nothing startles. The night remains uninterrupted. The house feels padded. Protected. The earth beneath the floor remains cool, but it is far away, separated by layers. Distance matters. The cold does not reach the skin. It stays below. Waiting. The people above do not feel it. The floor also carries memory. Years of footsteps. Years of nights. The ground knows where people sit. Where they sleep. Where the fire warms it most. Those places remain warmer. Familiar. Comforting. A child drifts off to sleep with one foot uncovered. The straw beneath is warm enough. The body does not wake. Breathing stays slow. Regular. The floor does not demand attention. It supports quietly. In winter, people spend more time close to the ground. Sitting. Resting. Saving energy. The floor encourages this. It invites stillness. It invites pause. Nothing about it feels urgent. In wealthier homes, rugs may cover the floor, woven thick, heavy. They serve the same purpose. Trap warmth, soften the space. But even without rugs, straw does the work. Simple. Reliable. The floor does not change quickly. It stays the same from dusk to dawn. This consistency helps the body relax. No sudden temperature shift. No surprise cold. The feet remain warm. And when the feet are warm, the rest of the body follows. The fire's last warmth settles downward. It reaches the floor. It lingers. The straw holds it gently. The house seems to breathe downward now, holding everything close. Outside, the cold deepens. The ground freezes. Inside, the floor remains kind. It shields. It separates. It protects. The people trust it. They sleep without thought, without worry. The floor has done this many times before. It will do it again. The straw does not move. The earth does not shift. Everything stays as it is. This stability allows sleep to deepen. Dreams grow slower. Images soften. The body releases tension. Muscles rest. The feet stay warm. The legs loosen. The chest rises and falls evenly. The medieval home understands something simple. Warmth does not only come from above. It must also be kept below. The floor completes the shelter. Walls hold, roof covers, fire warms, and the floor finishes the work. As the night continues, the house rests on its foundation. Quiet. Solid. Unmoving. And above that steady ground, families sleep, carried gently by straw, by earth, and by the warmth held just beneath their feet. The fire is almost silent now. Only a faint glow remains. The house feels heavy with rest. This is the hour of sleep. In a medieval home. The bed is simple. Very simple. But it is made with care. A wooden frame. Low to the ground. Close to the warmth. Held on the floor, the frame does not creak, that it has learned to be quiet. Years of use have softened it. On the frame rests straw, dry, packed. Gently, it shapes itself to the body, it holds air. That air warms quickly and stays warm. Over the straw, blankets are layered, wool, thick, heavy, not soft in the modern sense, but deeply comforting. Wool traps warmth, it breathes slowly, it keeps the body warm without overheating. Animal skins may rest on top, fur turned inward. Warmth, turned inward. Nothing is wasted. The bed does not invite movement, it invites stillness. Once settled, the body does not want to shift. This is intentional, movement releases warmth. Stillness keeps it. People sleep fully dressed. There is no nightwear. Clothes are layers. Wool, shirts, trousers, simple garments. They add to the insulation, every layer matters. Cap covers the head. The head loses heat quickly. They know this by experience, so they cover it. The bed becomes a small shelter. A house within a house. Blankets form walls. The body rests inside. Sometimes, families share a bed, parents, children, everyone close. Body warmth combines. Heat moves from one to another. No space is left cold, This closeness is not uncomfortable, It is familiar, comforting, The night feels shorter. When warmth is shared, in other homes. Beds are placed side by side. Close enough that blankets touch, air between them stays warm, cold, finds no path. The placement of the bed matters, never near a door. Never near a window, always near the hearth, always. Where walls are thick. The bed is placed where the house is strongest. The people trust this spot. They have slept here many nights. Each winter, the same place. The same routine, as they lie down. Breathing slows. The body senses warmth. The mind lets go. Thoughts drift. The firelight no longer reaches the bed. Darkness settles, complete, but not empty. The darkness is full of comfort. Blankets rise and fall with breath. Slow, even, the body finds its rhythm. Wool holds. Warmth close to the skin, it does not trap moisture. The body stays dry. Dry. Warmth feels deeper. More complete. The feet are wrapped last. They matter most. Cold feet wake the body. Warm feet allow sleep. People tuck blankets carefully. They have learned this art. Not by instruction. By long winters. The bed creaks softly as someone turns once. Then stillness returns. The straw shifts slightly, then settles. The bed remembers. The body's shape, it welcomes it back. In wealthier homes, beds may be raised with curtains. Heavy fabric hangs from a wooden frame. These curtains block drafts. They trap warmth, they create a pocket of air, a warm bubble. The effect is the same, contain warmth, slow change, in poorer homes. Blankets do the same work. Pulled eye. Tucked close, no. Gap left open. The body relaxes fully now. Muscles soften. The jaw loosens. The hands rest. Breathing deepens, there is nothing to listen for. Nothing to watch. The bed has done its work. Outside, the cold is at its strongest. Inside, the bed keeps it away. The house may cool slightly, but the bed remains warm, it holds heat from hours before. From the fire. From the body does not let it go. The medieval bed is gnädig. Not about softness. It is about protection. Protection from cold. From movement. From waking. The body responds. Sleep deepens. Dreams become slower. Less sharp. More distant. The bed does not pull the body back. It allows the mind to drift freely. Child curls closer to a parent. No words are spoken. No need. Warmth answers everything. The night passes quietly. The bed remains still. No drafts. No chills. Just steady warmth. When morning eventually comes, the bed will release the body slowly. Not suddenly. Not harshly. But that is far away. For now, the bed holds the sleeper, wrapped, protected. And deeply at rest. This is the quiet art of staying warm at night. Learned without books. Practiced every winter. Perfected in silence. And in this simple bed, inside a quiet medieval home, sleep comes easily. And stays. Night settles gently. There is no sudden change. Only a slow dimming of the world. Inside the medieval home, the body prepares for rest. Not by removing layers, but by understanding them. Clothing is not separate from sleep. It is part of it. Every piece worn at night has a purpose. Wool lies closest to the skin. It is rough, but familiar. The body has learned to trust it. Wool does not feel cold, even when the air is cold. It holds warmth quietly. It breathes slowly. The body stays dry. Dry warmth allows deeper rest. Linen may sit beneath the wool, softened by time, absorbing moisture, protecting the skin. Layers work. Together, they always have. Nothing is accidental. The body recognizes this pattern. It relaxes into it. Trousers are loose, not tight. Circulation matters. Blood must move freely. Warmth follows blood. The medieval people know this. Not by science. By living. By waking cold once, and never forgetting. Sleeves cover the arms fully. Wrists are warm. The neck is wrapped. A scarf, a folded cloth, even a hood. The neck releases heat easily, so it is protected. A simple cap rests on the head. The head stays warm. The body feels safe. Blankets come next. Heavy. Slow. Placed with care. Not thrown. Layer by layer. Wool again. Sometimes more than one. Each blanket traps air. That air warms quickly. Then stays still. Still air is warm air. The body sinks into this space. Movement slows. Breathing deepens. The chest rises gently. Folds gently. The body begins to let go. Animal. Skins may rest on top. Fur inward. Heat reflected back. The weight is calming. Pressure tells the body it is held, that it does not need to stay alert. The body responds. Immediately. Muscles soften. The jaw loosens. Hands unclenched. The body temperature stabilizes. Not too warm. Not too cold. Just enough. This balance is important. Too much heat wakes the body. Too little pulls it back to awareness. The medieval bed finds the middle. Blankets are tucked at the feet. Feet matter. They always do. Cold feet wake the mind. Warm feet allow sleep. People learn this early. They do not forget. Sometimes, hot stones are wrapped in cloth. Placed near the feet, not touching skin, just nearby. Radiating. Warmth slowly. Then fading. Never overheating. Just enough to guide the body into sleep. The body senses the warmth. Blood vessels relax. Circulation slows. The heart beats steadily. The mind follows. Clothing does not press. Nothing binds. Nothing restricts. Comfort comes from LOOSENESS. From allowing the body to rest fully. Even belts are removed. Buttons loosened. Everything unnecessary is set aside. Only what protects remains. The medieval night is long. Sleep must last. The body prepares for this. It slows its processes. Digestion quiets. Breathing deepens further. The blankets rise and fall. Slow. Predictable. Safe. The body adjusts naturally. If warmth builds, the wool breathes. If the air cools, layers respond. This balance requires no effort. The body does not wait to adjust. Sleep continues, uninterrupted. This is the quiet skill passed down through generations. No written rules, only habits, only nights, only winters. The body remembers what works. The mind does not need to think. It drifts. Thoughts become soft. Images fade. Dreams begin quietly. Not sharp. Not bright. Just gentle movement. Like snow falling. The blankets remain still. The clothing remains warm. The body remains calm. Outside, the cold presses against stone walls. Inside, the body rests untouched. The layers do their work. Silently. Patiently. The medieval people do not fight the cold. They work with it. They slow down. They insulate. They rest. The body understands. This rhythm. It has always understood it. Even now. Even centuries later. This knowledge remains. Warmth. Layered. Balanced. Held. Close. The body sinks deeper. Sleep grows heavier. The night stretches. Long and quiet. Nothing needs attention. Nothing calls. The body stays warm. The mind stays distant. This is how clothing and blankets become part of sleep. Not separate. Not optional. But essential. And in this stillness, wrapped in wool and quiet air, the body rests fully and stays asleep. Winter moves slowly. So do the people. There is no rush. No pressure to stay. Awake. The days are short. The nights are long. And the body listens. In the medieval world, sleep follows the season. When the sun lowers early, people rest early. Not because they are tired, but because light has faded. The body understands. Darkness. It responds naturally. Eyes soften. Thoughts slow. Evening comes gently. Work ends. Quietly. No sudden stops. No bright lights. Only fading FIRELIGHT. This is important. The body prepares long before sleep begins. It shifts into a slower rhythm. Breathing changes. Movements soften. Voices lower. The house grows quiet. This quiet is intentional. Sound keeps the mind alert. Silence allows release. The medieval home understands this. Even animals settle. Chickens roost. Dogs curl near the hearth. Everything rests together. The body feels this shared. Stillness. It feels safe. Sleep comes earlier in winter. Not forced. Welcomed. There is nothing to stay awake for. The night is long. Sleep needs time. People lie down while the fire still glows. They do not wait for exhaustion. They enter rest gently. This allows deeper sleep. The body cools gradually. Heart rate slows. The mind drifts. There is no struggle. No Resistance. The body knows it has time. Time to sleep. Time to rest. Time to recover. In winter, people wake later. Much later. Not because they are lazy, but because the dark remains. Waking before light feels unnatural. So they do not. The body stays warm. Still. Protected. Sleep. Continues. The morning does not interrupt. It arrives slowly. Light creeps in. Soft. Unhurried. The body senses it. Eyes open when ready. Not before. This extended rest is important. Winter demands energy conservation. The body slows metabolism. Muscles relax deeper. The mind recovers longer. This is not weakness. It is adaptation. The medieval rhythm supports this. No clocks. Demand rising. No alarms. Only light. Only warmth. Only need. People move slower in winter. They accept this. Walking is unhurried. Tasks are simple. Movement is minimal. This conserves heat. This conserves energy. The body appreciates this. Pace. It does not feel stressed. It does not prepare for danger. It rests. Even breathing changes. Slower. Deeper. More regular. The body enters long, stable sleep cycles. Not fragmented. Not interrupted. This allows healing. Memory settles. Muscles repair. The immune system strengthens. The medieval people do not know these terms, but they feel the result. They feel stronger. Calmer. Balanced. The body responds to rhythm more than comfort. A steady rhythm matters. Going to sleep at the same time. Waking naturally. Repeating this pattern. Night after night. The body learns. It anticipates rest. It prepares. Automatically. Sleep deepens faster. This rhythm reduces waking during the night. The body trusts the routine. There is no reason to wake. No fear of missing something. No urgency. Winter teaches patience. Darkness is not empty. It is restful. Stillness is not boring. It is necessary. The medieval world accepts this. They do not fight the season. They move with it. The body relaxes into this agreement. Sleep becomes deeper. Longer. More complete. Dreams stretch slowly. They do not pull the body awake. They flow gently. Like a river under ice. Quiet. Continuous. The house supports this rhythm. Thick walls block sound. Small windows limit light. Low ceilings hold warmth. Everything encourages stillness. Nothing asks for attention. Nothing demands thought. The body responds fully. Heartbeat slows further. Muscles remain soft. Hands stay warm. The mind drifts far from waking concerns. This is not escape. It is alignment. Alignment with season. With darkness. With cold. The medieval winter. Night is not something to endure. It is something to enter. To sink into. To rest within. The body understands this deeply. Even now. Even listening. The same rhythm exists. The same response. Slowness invites sleep. Regularity keeps it. The body releases control. It does not need to stay alert. The night is safe. The routine is familiar. The rhythm continues. Slow. Even. Unbroken. And as winter holds the land outside, sleep holds the body inside. Deep. Warm. And steady. Night is complete. Now. Not empty. Complete. The medieval house is still. No voices. No movement. Only quiet. Silence in these homes is not accidental. It is built. Stone absorbs sound. Thick walls soften echoes. What little noise remains fades quickly. The house holds quiet the way it holds warmth. Carefully, patiently, darkness fills every corner. Small windows let in little moonlight. Shutters are closed. Wood meets wood. Light is kept outside. Inside, the dark is deep. The body responds immediately. Eyes rest. Thoughts loosen. The mind no longer searches. Darkness tells the body it is time to stay asleep. No flickering lights. No sudden brightness. Nothing interrupts. The house protects this state. Even the fire has dimmed. Only embers remain. Their glow is low. Barely visible. Just enough to feel presence. Not enough to stimulate. This soft glow comforts. Without waking. Silence deepens. The house settles. Wood cools slowly. Stone releases heat slowly. There are no sharp sounds. No metal. No machines. Only natural materials. They move gently. If they move at all. The wind may pass outside. The house blocks it. No whistling through cracks. No rattling shutters. Everything fits tightly. The body senses this protection. It feels enclosed. Contained. Safe. Safety allows sleep to deepen. The body no longer scans for danger. Muscles relax further. Breathing becomes long. Slow. Even. The mind drifts far from awareness. Darkness removes detail. Without detail, the mind stops working. There is nothing to process. Nothing to solve. Thought fades. Sleep expands. The medieval home encouraged this. Corners are soft. Shapes are simple. No sharp contrast. No sudden movement. Even shadows are still. They do not dance. They rest. Silence does not feel empty here. It feels full. Full of rest. Full of protection. The body accepts this fully. The heart beats quietly. The chest rises gently. Falls gently. The rhythm is steady. Predictable. Comforting. Darkness remains unchanged. Time becomes irrelevant. There is no clock. No ticking. No awareness of passing hours. The body sleeps without counting. This is deep sleep. Undisturbed. Complete. Even if someone shifts in bed. The sound is soft. Fabric against fabric. Straw against wood. It does not carry. The house absorbs it. Sleep continues. No need to wake. No reason. The medieval home is designed to keep the night. All. Unbroken. The door is thick. Locked. Heavy. No light enters. No sound leaves. The outside world remains outside. Inside. Everything is calm. The house breathes slowly. As if alive. As if watching over those within. Darkness becomes familiar. Not frightening. Comforting. Protective. The body sinks deeper. Limbs feel heavy. The sense of the bed fades. The edges of the body soften. There is no sharp boundary between body and rest. Sleep fills everything. The house holds this state gently. Nothing intrudes. Nothing demands attention. Silence continues. Not tense. Not waiting. Just present. The medieval people trust this silence. They have lived with it. Night after night. Winter after winter. The body learns this trust. Even now, listening. The same response happens. Silence calms. Darkness deepens. The house, strong and still, keeps watch. And within these walls, Sleep remains untouched, steady, deep, unbroken, morning arrives. Quietly, so quietly, it is barely noticed. There is no sudden light, no sound, only a small change in the dark. Outside, the sky lightens slightly, inside the medieval house. Nothing moves, sleep remains. The fire has long faded. Only warmth remains, held in stone, held in wood, held in blankets, the body is still wrapped. Still warm, still safe. The night has not ended, it has only softened. Breathing continues. Slowly, evenly, the body has no reason to hurry. Winter mornings are patient. Light does not rush in, it waits. The shutters remain closed, darkness stays gentle. The house protects this moment. The body rests between sleep and waking, not fully aware, not fully dreaming. Quiet space, thoughts drift without form, the body feels warmth. First, not time, not duty, just warmth, in the blankets, in the air, in the floor beneath. Stone releases heat slowly. The house remembers the night, it gives that warmth back, bit by bit, The body remains still, no stretching, no turning, just rest. The heart beats softly. The breath remains deep. There is no signal to rise, no sound of work. No voices, only the quiet presence of morning, light touches the window. From outside, filtered, dim, it does not enter, it only suggests. The body senses this change without. Reacting, sleep loosens slightly. Not breaking, just lightening. The mind floats closer to the surface, but does not leave rest. This moment is important. A slow return protects the body, It prevents shock, it keeps warmth. The medieval people know this. They do not jump from bed. They linger. They remain wrapped, they allow the body to adjust. Warmth stays close. The body stays calm. Outside, the cold is still strong. Inside, the house holds it away. The bed remains warm. The blankets remain heavy, the body remains at ease. A faint sound may appear. A bird, very distant. Not sharp, not calling, just present. It does not demand attention. The body hears it and continues resting, time moves slowly. Now, measured by breath, by warmth, not by hours, the body opens awareness gently. Eyes may open slightly. Darkness remains, no reason to focus, no need to move. The body simply exists. The medieval morning is not an event. It is a continuation, of night, of rest, of warmth, eventually. Movement will come, but not yet, the body chooses the moment. Not the clock, not the sun. The house supports this, it does not flood with light, it does not fill with noise, it keeps. The transition soft, safe, the warmth under the blanket still. Feels right, the body does not want to leave it, so it stays. Just a little longer. Breathing remains slow, muscles remain loose. The mind drifts again. Sleep may return, briefly, gently, this is allowed, winter mornings accept this. They are not strict. They do not rush, they give time. The house, still quiet, still warm, holds this space, between night and day. Between sleep and waking, nothing changes. Quickly, nothing pulls, nothing pushes. The body remains. Supported, wrapped, protected, the Medieval people rise only when warmth has shifted, when light is stronger, when the body is ready. Until then, this moment remains soft, slow, unbroken. And in this gentle morning, sleep is not ended. It is simply resting. Waiting.